So, you made it back to my shop, huh? Well, today I got a bit of a different kind of project. I'm not making something today. Today I'm taking something apart. Recently we had our washer give out on us. Wouldn't work properly anymore. It was time to get it replaced. So now I'm left with an old washer that's no good to me. Maybe it can still be good to me yet. I'm going to take it apart and we're going to see what I can get out of it and what I can use that stuff for. Already I know I'm going to have a new fire pit. I'm hoping to get a motor. I hope the motor is still in working shape, and we'll see what else I can get. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the discharge hose. I already have a plan for that one. That one I'm hoping to hook up to my miter saw or the router station to be able to provide dust collection. So that's the first one, and that one is easy to do. So down here near the bottom where the hose connects to the washer, I'm just going to use a pair of channel locks. Pry the spring together and pull the hose off. Next thing is a few screws, the first of which is down here. I just pried up the top cover here, and that released the back. Inside here, this part is a spring that usually holds the back on, but they're both let go. Just disconnected the power cable. Power cable comes through here. The next part, you can just make out this white boot down here on the bottom is the plumbing, the discharge hose in particular. So next I need to remove that. Okay, so that disconnected that pipe. And now we can mostly see inside the washer. There's a plastic lining on the barrel, heavy duty springs here and here. I had to break the pipe in order to get it out, but this machine was already ruined, so it's not like it was a big concern. Disconnect these power cables because they're no longer needed. Inside the washing drum, I need to take off this cap next because there should be a nut right here to be able to take off the whole inner sprocket. So by removing that plastic cap, I can now get at the nut here, which should allow me to take out this spindle. At this point, there's not much holding the body to the drum. At this point, if I wanted to, I could reattach the back to the washer and use it for a compost bin. So now we need to finish taking this apart. I really want the drum out of this. It'll make a great fire pit. Despite what you see here, this outer plastic shell is fine. Could be used as another compost bin perhaps, depending on what structure of it is like once we get it apart. But the inner shell is metal. Next thing I want to do is release these clips here. I'm just going to pry these tabs open. Alright, so that takes care of this white plastic flange over the top. Alright, so next I'm going to release these two springs, which will get these hoses off and out of our way. That's one hose disconnected. Another possibility for my dust collection system. I'm not sure what this part does, but there's a nice little length of hose there and a couple of spring clamps. Under the dust and grime, you can see this spring is one of the stabilizers. Pretty powerful. Depending on the project you're working on, that could have some value. Now I've turned the unit upside down so I can try to get at the mounting hardware that's holding the motor to the inner barrel. So far I'm not sure what's doing that, but I think I'll find out in a minute. Then we can remove the barrel. Inner motor mount support. And this is the leg carriage assembly. Could be used for a perhaps a tool mount, mounting the tool on that. Maybe. And this is the motor. This side in particular, I'll have to do a bit more taking apart. This is some sort of transmission, maybe. I'm not sure the proper terms, of course, but that changes, as far as I can see, that would change the direction of movement. So the shaft of the motor comes out through here this way and connects by gears to this so that the motion gets turned in an upward motion. So this mount support here just needs to be lifted off, I think. Or not. So after some prying and pulling, I got this extension piece off. If I'm ever going to use this barrel as a fire barrel, that would have to be removed anyway. Still no luck on this inner ring. So I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but this will take it off. So there's the central sprocket, whatever it was called. It was the one thing holding us back from making this into a fire pit. So you can see in the bottom there now, you got a fairly large hole to deal with for cinders and ashes, but a few taps with a heavy mallet or sledgehammer should help bend that metal inside, bend it down so to close over that hole. Even if I don't, I can drill a few holes and bolt a piece of metal over the top of it. So out of this washer we have a possible compost bin from the body. We have a fire pit from the inner metal barrel, washer barrel. We have a possible flower pot from the plastic outer barrel. We have a motor, which may or may not at some point grace my lathe. Various springs, bolts, a few nuts, and out of it all we only have a few pounds of scrap that we absolutely can't use, that I've cut up or otherwise ruined. And there's also the motor mount. We can use that possibly for a tool mount. So all in all, it's a good project. It was fun, and hopefully it'll mean a little less of that washer will end up in the landfill. So that's the end of this project. I'm hoping to get to use a lot of these parts in future projects. If you'd like to see when those projects are posted, go ahead and subscribe. Like it if you like this project. Comment if you wish. Share it would be great. Okay, and we'll see you next time I'm down in the shop.